We've got a couple of very specific questions. I don't think they'll take us much to get through them. Let's just ask them very quickly. We have a viewer from Apple Valley who's concerned about the temporary family health care dwellings bill. You know, one of the interesting things about this, about serving as a moderator for this program, is you learn how involved citizens are in what's going on at the legislature. And so here's a bill. I actually had to look this up because I didn't know what it was, but it had to do with allowing people to have essentially temporary housing in their backyard to care for an ailing family member. And of course, the problem you run into are zoning ordinances. And as an old city attorney, zoning ordinances, I can tell you, are not the most flexible things one ever met. So the question is, did anyone here on this panel know anything about that bill or what its status is or likelihood for passage?
You know, I haven't heard too much about the specific bill, where it's at, you know, as far as the committee process. I did have a constituent email me about this, sent me some information about it, and, you know, I have to say it's intriguing, and I assume that the issue from the state perspective is coming, as you say, because we have these local ordinances, right. And so I assume people are looking for some sort of uniformity to this issue. But, you know, as far as actual specific bills and kind of where those are at in the legislature, I have not heard too much.
Anybody else?
I know there was a hearing, Barry, and to the caller, on what they call tiny houses, as I recall, and,
right.
And it's kind of the concept of, you know, you've got what you need to live, your essential bedroom, bathroom, kitchen, all kind of blended as small as you can get it and working together. But in cases where a family member has a mother or father or somebody ill that needs to live close, they can live independently, but they need somebody checking up on them frequently. It really seems like a good common sense option if we can find a way to make this and not overstep local control, but kind of nudge it and urge that maybe this is a very practical way to help with health care costs. As we have a aging population, more and more people might need to look at having their parents or somebody they know live in their backyard or close by if they have the space, and you can put a tiny house in, they move them in. The bill that I recall was allowing it for up to 6 months. And so
correct.
Initially I thought that seemed a little short because that's pretty close to the end of life if somebody's down to 6 months. But it's a start, and I think it's a good discussion to have, because in the bigger context of healthcare, that's a big cost for the government, and we have tried to find more and more ways to have independent living opportunities for aging citizens, and this, I think, fits right into that discussion.
And I just thought I'd add that I agree with Senator Westrom. I think we should be looking at innovation, and obviously we have a growing demand for long-term care. And I think that independence is important, that we want people to be as independent as they want to be. And we should be trying to help people who want to take care of their elderly parents or grandparents, providing them with more options that may be available. So I think that we should be, you know, looking at new ideas. You mentioned reform. We're definitely going to have to be looking at reform in the area of long-term care as well.
Any thoughts on this, Representative Torkelson?
Well, it's a fairly new concept. I think we should proceed cautiously, but evaluate it carefully.